So start off today's practice in a comfortable seated pose. If you want to start off in your butterfly pose today, you can as well. You'll be seated for a bit, and I'll try to remind you to switch the cross of your legs if you start cross-legged. So whatever your preference is. But whatever you're choosing to do, make sure that you're sitting on your sit bones. So that might involve lifting and tilting the pelvis a little bit so you can pull any love that you have behind you. Placing your hands on your knees and slowly start coming back so you can create a nice straight spine. Shoulders are in line with the hips, ears are in line with the shoulders. So you might feel like you're giving a goofy look, but you're keeping everything in line. Hands on knees or on ankles. Let's just stay here for a few cycles of breath. So take your full inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. And notice how your breath is moving in and out through the nose. Let's start there. So you're grounding down and just noticing your breath move in and out through the nose. And then see here if you can get more movement going in the torso. So you don't want the breath to be coming from the chest, but from the belly. So it might be helpful to place a hand on the belly and on the chest. And as you take a nice full inhale in through the nose, feel your belly rise. And then your chest. And then as you exhale, allow both parts to fall. And keep this cycle of breath. So inhale first into the belly, then into the chest. And then allow both parts to come in together. So this is a nice reminder to have, especially in any form of a twist, that you're breathing from your belly and not the chest, because the rotation of the spine won't allow you to expand your rib cage as much if you're breathing from your chest alone. Beautiful. Keep this pace of breath and make a choice if you want your hands on your torso or back on your legs. Begin to make circles with the nose. So you're just warming up the neck, doing some circles, and yours can be big or little. Then when it's feeling good, go ahead and reverse direction. And find some stillness back at neutral. Let's get some movement going in the lower spine as well. So as you inhale, lean forward, start making a circular pattern and go around whatever direction you like. I'll cue you when to change direction. And then when you're ready, change direction. And maybe notice if one way was smoother than the other. And this is just so you can create some awareness. You're not diagnosing anything, you're just creating awareness right now. And then find some stillness in your seated pose. All right, from here, reach your arms up. And then fold forward as you exhale. Hands touch the ground. Drop the head to the chest. Maybe bring in the ears in line with the arms so you're not exaggerating the hyperflexion. And then as you exhale, maybe walk your hands a little bit closer to the top of the mat. Beautiful. And then inhale, coming up. Reach your arms up high to the sky. And then set your left hand on your right knee. Right hand comes behind you like a little kickstand. You're giving yourself a nice twist here, being mindful that you're breathing from your belly. Let's test this out, right? For a test spin. And then as you're ready, maybe slowly rotate a little bit more. If it's feeling good, taking the gaze out over the right shoulder. Keep the spine nice and long. And then reach your right arm up and over towards your left knee. So now you're adding a little flexion to your rotation. Trying not to force anything by crunching the shoulders or reaching. Just let it be here. Beautiful. And then as your next inhale happens, reach your arm up, set your right hand down. Stay nice and tall back in your rotation. And then bring yourself back into center. Reach your arms up. And this time, set your hands behind your fingertips towards your spine. And look up for a little back bend here. And then draw yourself up. If you've crossed your legs, maybe change the cross of your leg. And then bring your arms up. Bring your right hand over to your left knee. Left hand comes behind like a kickstand. Come up nice and tall. And then decide how much of a rotation in your spine you'll need. But being mindful to keep your belly breath. And then reach your left arm up and over towards your right knee. So now you're creating flexion in the spine. You kind of get all the fun ligaments going in the vertebra area. And then when you're ready, reach your left arm up, set it down, come back into your rotation, and then slowly come back into center, reach both arms up overhead. Full inhale, fold forward as you exhale. And then bring yourself up. Come into a tabletop pose. All right, warm up your spine here by dropping the belly and looking on up into your cow. And then as you exhale, finding a cat pose, chin into chest, belly button into spine, tops of the feet are into the mat. And then flow from your cow into your cat. And if you want, you can always bring left shoulder and left hip together, taking the right hip over to the right side, making a C shape with the spine, and then doing the other side as well. And then begin to find yourself into a child's pose. And it can be wide-kneed or knees can be together. And with your forehead onto the mat, it might feel nice just to roll the forehead from right to left side. And then find a spot of stillness. Plant your hands, and then as you inhale, draw the bum towards the heels, and then as you exhale, push the mat, or push your hands towards the top of your mat. So you're creating length in your spine here. And then find yourself back into your tabletop pose. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Extend your right leg behind you about hip height. Push out through the right heel. Push down through your hands. Be mindful that you're not just dumping into your hands and slouching. Push up. Be bold. And then reach your left arm forward. Fingertips are reaching away from the heel. And then as you exhale, elbow and knee come together around your back. Create length when you inhale. Exhale, knee and elbow come together. Length as you inhale. One more time, knee and elbow come together. Stay here for a cycle of breath. And then create some length as you inhale. And then set your right knee down. Take your left arm up to the sky, to the side, and then thread your left arm underneath your right for thread the needle pose. So the left side of your face will come down onto the mat. And you can play around with your left palm up or down. And then right arm can reach across the right ear. Or you can extend your right leg long behind you. Or maybe you give yourself a bind with your right hand so it reaches towards your left thigh. A lot of options here. And then slowly begin to de-thread yourself. So be mindful that your right knee is back onto that right hand is underneath the shoulder. Reach your left arm up to the sky and then set it down. Maybe take a cat-cow to reset. All right, left side. So lift your left leg at hip height. Push out to the left heel, left toes point down. Reach your right arm forward. Create length. And then as you exhale, knee and elbow come together around your back. Find length when you inhale. Exhale, knee and elbow come together. One more time, find length. Exhale, knee and elbow come together. Let's stay here for a cycle of breath. And then find length. Mindfully set your left knee down. Reach your right arm up high to the sky. And thread your right arm underneath your left, setting the right side of your face down. And then take any variations of this that you would like. So you can reach your left arm forward, Extend your left leg long behind you, point out to the left toes, or take your left arm and wrap it around for a bind. And then slowly release everything. Reach your right arm up when you deep breath. And come back into a child's pose. Cool beans. When you're ready, find tabletop. And then your version of plank today. So the toes may be up, heels are pointing out, or the knees are dropped. But hands are underneath the shoulders. Belly buttons into the spine, pushing out through the heels. Crown of the head's reaching long. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, hips up to the sky, downward dog. So feel free to move around a little bit in your downward dog, but find some stillness after about 3 breaths, okay? And practice being in the stillness, returning back to your breath. We can get so bogged down with all the things to do that we forget to maintain the breath. One more cycle of breath here. And then when your exhale comes to you, walk your feet to the back of your hands. Bend very deeply, so deeply that your torso is touching your thighs. Feet are planted down, drop the head, extend the neck. And if it feels good to you, maybe you rock from side to side, or you grab a hold of opposite elbows for a ragdoll pose. Using gravity to your advantage to create space in the vertebra. And then ever so slowly here, plant your hands or your fingertips and slowly start straightening your legs. And then eventually bring your hands to a point where you're doing a halfway lift. And we'll stay here for a cycle of breath. We're not rushed. So crown of the head's reaching forward, tailbones reaching back, belly buttons into the spine. And then fold down. Reach your arms up high to the sky. Full inhale happens. And then as you exhale, hands come down to the side in your mountain pose. All right, return back to your breath here. And then reach your arms up. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, step back into your plank pose. Lower down slowly. Chin touches the mat, untop toes. Lift chin, lift chest, baby cobra pose. And then when your exhale happens, lower down, push back, downward dog. 5 breaths here. So feel free to move around. Maybe not this one, but if you ever feel like taking a child's pose when we're in down dog, I will cue you when there's about 2 breaths left so all of us can stay together. Or you can stay in child's pose the whole time because that's what you need and you're honoring your body, and I love that. All right, 2 more breaths. And then when your inhale happens, reach your right leg high to the sky here. Bend your right knee, stack right hip on top of left hip. And then if it feels good, maybe you make some circles with the knee or the ankle. And then find yourself in a three-legged downward dog. And then step your right foot through to your hands, finding your high runner's lunge here. Cool. Left toes are planted. Right foot is planted. When you feel ready, reach your arms up. High lunge with a salute. Okay. Before you go any further, make some choices. Do you need to step your back foot in a little bit? Do you need to give yourself some distance so you have balance, tucking the belly button into the spine? We'll stay here for a few more breaths. Keep the bend strong in your right knee, but take a full inhale. And then as you exhale, drop your left knee to the mat. Inhale, come on up. And then drop your left knee down. Come on up into your salute. One more time, drop your knee down. Come on up into your salute. And then frame your right foot as you exhale, left foot steps forward, hold. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Reach your arms up high to the sky, full inhale. Fold forward as you exhale. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, step back into your version of plank pose. Lower down slowly. And if you're ready for a chaturanga, go there. Back bend of choice. Downward dog. 5 breaths. Two breaths left. And then reach your left leg high to the sky. Bend your left knee, stack left hip on top of right. Make choices. Do you need to do a circle with the knee or with the foot? Did you reverse direction already? And then find yourself in a three-legged downward dog. Step your left foot through your hands. Set yourself up. You know where this is going. And then reach up when you inhale. Bring the belly button into the spine. Staying here for 3 breaths before we go anywhere else. Cool beans. When your exhale happens, drop your right knee to the mat. Inhale, bring yourself up. Drop your right knee down. Bring yourself up. One more time. Bring yourself up. Frame your left foot, step right foot to meet left forward. Find your halfway lift. Fold forward. Reach your arms up high to the sky. Full inhale. Fold forward as you exhale. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, step your right foot back, high runner's lunge. Look forward. And then drop your right heel, bring your arms up, warrior 1. And then bend your elbows. Slowly take your elbows back as you take your sternum up to the sky. But be mindful that you're not sticking your booty out and your chest out, swinging your back. Okay, so try to keep a nice straight spine here. Take the elbows back and lean back. And then bring the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, look on up. And then slowly start folding over your left thigh. And you can release your grip and come into a lightning warrior. Or drop your left knee or left shoulder to the inside of your left knee, finding your humble warrior. And this can come up, or they can stay at your low back. So be mindful of where your arm placement needs to be. One more breath. Rooting down through your feet, rise up. Bring your arms up overhead. Hang with me here. And then frame your left foot meets right, plank pose. Take it through your flow, or skip it and come into downward dog. Two breaths left. Reach your right leg high to the sky. Bend your right knee. Three-legged downward dog. And then step your right foot forward, high runner's lunge. Don't salute, just look forward. And then drop your left knee down to the mat and tuck your left toes. Beautiful. Stack both hands on top of the right thigh. And come on up. Make a choice if you want to salute. Hands come into heart center. Okay, I'm probably going to add a rotation here because we were talking about that earlier. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Add your rotation. So here, if you want to focus on the rotation, go for it. But if you want to focus on the belly breath here too, it's beautiful. So you have some options of where you need to take your focus or where you want to take your focus. Cool. And then slowly bringing yourself back into center with your hands in the heart center. Frame your right foot. And then tuck under left toes, come up into your high runner's lunge. And then straighten your right leg, come into a pyramid pose. So instead of half split, I'm asking for pyramid on this one. And if you would like, you can slowly start guiding your nose towards your knee or shin. One more breath. And then bend into your right knee as you step your left foot to meet your right in the fold. Find your version of a halfway lift. Fold forward. Reach your arms up, nice full inhale. Fold forward as you exhale. Halfway lift. This time, frame your right foot, step left foot back. Look forward into your high lunge. And when it's wavy gravy, set your left heel down, reach your arms up, warrior one. Make any adjustments you need. And then slowly guide your elbows back. Bring the sternum on up. But be mindful that you're not giving yourself a sway back, that you're not losing the bend in your right knee, and that you still have control over your breath. And then bring your arms behind you, cross your fingers this time. Change the cross of your thumbs, so it should feel weird. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, start folding over your right thigh. Keep your hands clasped for a release for a lightning warrior. And then bring the right shoulder to the inside of the right knee, humble warrior. Dropping the head. Find the arm placement you need. One more breath. And then root down as you inhale, come on up. Come on up into your warrior one. Frame your right foot meets left, plank pose. Take it through your flow or meet in downward dog. Two more breaths left. Reach your left leg high to the sky, bend your left knee as you exhale. Left leg comes high. Left foot comes through. High runner's lunge. Drop your right knee, untuck your right toe. Stack your hands on top of your left thigh. For a little low lunge stretch. And then bring your hands up and into heart center. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Adding your twist. So what do you need here? Focus on the breath. Deeper rotation, maybe a little bit of both. And then slowly come back into center. Frame your left foot, tuck under right toes, lift right knee. Find yourself coming into your pyramid pose. So start taking the weight back into the right heel, straightening the left leg. Sometimes I need to come up halfway to give myself the nice length in the spine. And for some of us, our nose will touch our shin, and for others, we're staying kind of halfway or somewhere in between. And then slowly find yourself into a high runner's lunge. Right foot meets left, forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Reach your arms up high to the sky, full inhale. Hands into heart center as you exhale. Cool. All right, start rooting down on your left foot. And then bring your right knee up and cross your right ankle over your left knee. Hands are in the heart center. And then when you're ready, you can stay here or come into your chair pose. Or maybe you bring your right elbow to the outside of your right elbow to the outside of your right foot. So you're twisting and rotating over your standing leg. And then slowly bring yourself back up. Right knee spills up. And then right foot settles down, come on up into a chair pose, settle into chair. So come onto your heels, make sure you can lift your toes and set them down. And then come up onto the balls. Inhale, come on up, still in the balls of the feet. Exhale, come onto the heels, fold forward. Find your halfway lift, your fold. And then reach your arms up high to the sky as you inhale. Chair pose as you exhale. And you can do that fun dance too as you come down, or you can skip it. All right. Cross left ankle over right knee. Hands come into heart center. And then left elbow to the outside of the left foot. If you want the rotation. One more breath. And then slowly bring yourself up. Left foot is still lifted. And then set your left foot down. Inhale, come up into chair pose. Take a cycle of breath here. And then come up onto the balls of the feet. Stand up straight and then fold forward. Beautiful. Slowly walk yourself back into a plank. So for some of us, it's taking our feet back. For others, walking our hands forward. Coming into a plank pose. And then lower down slowly. All right, from here, stack your hands on top of each other and rest your chin on there, on your hands. And then bend your knees so your feet are up. I've heard this called slumber party pose, and I'm not 100% certain what it's called, but just kick one heel to the bum and then the other heel so you go back and forth. I mean, if you really wanted to add to it, you could do the little head tilt. So just a little back and forth here. And then if you want to, with your feet high, knees still planted, you can windshield wiper your legs from side to side. A little low back work. And then extend your legs long behind you. Cool. Bring your arms behind you, reach your fingertips towards your feet, forehead is onto the mat. And then as you inhale, lift your chin, lift your chest. A little back bend here, and you're just kind of sussing some things out. Just seeing where you're at. Keeping your arms and hands activated. They can help lift you. One more breath. Exhale, lower. Maybe you turn one side of your face onto the mat. Beautiful. Bring your chin back to the mat. As you inhale, lift your chin, lift your chest, lift your arms, lift your legs. If it feels good, maybe you move around a little bit. But try to keep your grounding in your hip points. Lift a little higher. And then as you exhale, lower down slowly, maybe taking opposite cheek to the mat. Awesome. One more time. So when you inhale, come into your full locust expression. So lifting the arms, lifting the legs, lifting the shins, lifting the feet. And then if you want, you can take the heels towards the bum, taking a hold of the feet. Staying here and just focusing on pushing the tops of the feet into the hands. Or maybe you come up a little higher. But be gentle. If this is too much and you still want to keep a hold of the feet, just lower down and just focus on pushing the feet into the hands, you know? We're just reaching back. One more breath, come up a little higher on this inhale. And then as you exhale, release everything back down. Woo. Awesome. Bring your hands underneath your shins and push yourself up into plank. And then downward dog. 5 breaths here, so if you need a child's pose, go for it. You have some space and some time to do what you need. Two breaths. Cool. Reach your right leg high to the sky, bend your right knee, open up your right hip. And then as you exhale, bring your right knee to right elbow, shift forward. Stay here for a breath. And then right leg comes high to the sky. And then right knee to left elbow, come across body. Woo. Stay here for a cycle of breath, don't rush this. And then come on up. And then this time right knee comes to nose. We're staying for a breath because we're not going anywhere. And then right leg comes high to the sky. This time when you exhale, right foot comes to the outside of the right hand. Lizard pose. Cool. Drop your left knee, untuck your left toes. Stay here, or if you want something a little deeper, tuck under your left toes and walk your left leg back just a smidge. All right. If you would like, you can come down onto your forearms. Or lizard. Hands are planted. We're using a block. We're staying here for about 30 seconds. So focus on your breath here. Maybe try to keep the right knee coming into the right shoulder so it's not dumping over to your right knee isn't dumping over to the right side. Take a beautiful, deep, full cycle of breath. And then whenever your exhale happens, slowly walk yourself up. And then walk your right foot over to meet your left hand. They can say hi. Drop your right knee down. So now you're in your pigeon pose. Your shin's going to be a little more parallel than in other ways we've gotten into pigeon. So if you want to bring your right heel to your left hip, you can. Okay. Come up nice and tall here if you want. You can always interlace your fingers like you did in Humble Warrior or prep for that. And then whenever you're ready, slowly start folding forward. Coming into pigeon pose. Once again, you'll be here for about 30 to 45 seconds. So just kind of see how the breath work's going. "15 seconds left. And then finish whatever cycle of breath you're on. Slowly bring yourself up. Tuck under left toes. Lift your left knee. Right leg comes high to the sky. Open up your right hip one last time. And then set your right foot down to meet left, downward dog. Not a 5 breath one. And then lift your left leg high to the sky. Bend your left knee. Open up. And then take your left elbow over to your left elbow, or left knee over to your left elbow. Sorry, shift forward. Cycle of breath here. And then come on up, 3-legged downward dog. And then left knee, right elbow. Come across body. Stay here for a cycle of breath. Don't cheat yourself on the work. And then 3-legged downward dog. And then knee comes into nose, around the back. 3-legged downward dog. And then as you exhale, left foot to the outside of the left hand. Set yourself up for your lizard pose. See if you need to create some length in your right leg. Stay here. Or when you're ready, slowly start coming down onto your forearms. Try not to let the left leg just over to the left side. There's not a word for that noise. About 20 seconds left. And then slowly bring yourself up after you finish your cycle of breath and walk your left foot over to meet your right. Dropping your right or left knee down and then making choices. Where does your left shin need to be? Or your left heel in relation to your hip? Stay up nice and tall. Maybe interlace your fingers behind you. Change the cross of your thumbs if you're choosing that route. And then whenever you're ready, slowly start folding forward. About 30 seconds left. And then ever so slowly start making your way up. Tucking under right toes, lifting right knee. Bending your left leg back, maybe opening up the hips one last time. And then left foot comes down. Come onto your knees. Bum onto the heels for rock pose. Stay here for a cycle of breath. And then slowly come on down. Bring your legs out wide. That's the best way to show it. Make any adjustments that you need. Heels are up. Heels are planted, toes are up. Reach your arms up to the sky. And then as you exhale, fold forward. And you can always drop your head. Maybe you walk your hands forward a little bit with each exhale. And then walk yourself up. Bring your right foot in. Bring yourself up. Arms up, come overhead. Arms come up overhead. Rotate the torso over the right leg and then fold forward. Keep your left arm to the outside of your left leg if you would like, and then reach your right arm up and over. So it's like you make a nice little arc. And maybe you start guiding your sternum up towards the ceiling or not. But you're in a fun rotation here, so make sure you have your belly breath. And then as you exhale, bring both hands down, center for a breath. Feel the difference between left and right in the back. And then bring yourself up and switch sides. So bring the left foot in, right foot out. Sit up nice and tall, adjust anything that needs to be adjusted. Reach your arms up. Look over your right leg and then slowly start folding forward. And then in your own way, if you choose, reach your left arm up and over. And then as you exhale, walk yourself long. And then slowly bring yourself up. Both feet are flat. Hug your knees into your chest. I feel like this is just a nice reminder to stay up nice and tall. And then when you're ready, tuck your chin into chest and lower down slowly. Cool. Hug your knees into your chest and gently rock from side to side. If you want, hands can come onto the knees, and you can just make some pelvic circles. And then when you're ready, reverse in direction. And then keep your knees in tight if you would like, or you can take them as wide as your chest. So it's like the knees are outside of the torso. And then when you're ready, take your knees over to your right side. So if you're close together, your knees are going to stack. But if you went wide, your right foot will touch your left knee, and maybe you stack your right foot on top of your left knee. And then take your gaze over your left fingertips. Once again, return back to your belly breath here. And then when you're ready, come back into center. Maybe rock the legs from side to side, but keep the same distance of the knees, and then slowly allow your legs to fall over to the left side. And take the gaze out over the right shoulder. And then when you're ready, slowly come back into center. Knees are hugged in. If you would like, you can take a happy baby pose. Or if you're ready for a full inversion, you can go there now. But I'll cue into an inversion, but if you want to hang out in happy baby here for a little bit, always fun. And then if you're ready for your inversion now, bringing the legs up. If you have a physical wall at home, it's always nice to have the legs up against the wall. Maybe you lift and stack your hands underneath your back to support your low back. If you're ready for a shoulder stand, you can always do that. Or maybe you do a plow. Or maybe you have some other inversion in your practice. But whatever you choose to do, try to keep your gaze up so you're not rotating the neck or compromising the spine. When you're ready, slowly bring yourself out of your inversion. Bring your legs long. Reach your arms up overhead. Give yourself a full body stretch before you bring your arms down to the side. Get ready for your Shavasana. And all you have to do here is focus on your breath for a few cycles of breath, maybe for 5, and then allow it to fall into its natural rhythm. I'll mind the time.
Slowly take a nice full inhale in, exhale out. Make any small movements you need. So maybe it's a full body stretch, maybe it's hugging knees into your chest, but whatever it is, make your way onto your right side. Take a breath here. And then use your left hand to push yourself up. Find yourself into a seated position. Hands can rest on the knees, palms up, palms down, or maybe you want to bring your hands into heart center. And focus on your breath here and all this work that you just did. Reach up as you inhale, bring your hands together in prayer, and then heart center as you exhale. Reach up. Heart center as you exhale. One more time, reach your arms up. And this time, pause at your third eye as a reminder to have loving thoughts. Pause at your lips as a reminder to have loving words. And then pause at your heart with a soft bow as a reminder to have loving actions towards yourself and towards others. The light and love in me acknowledges and honors the light and love in you. Namaste.